Hello, readers and writers. It is Friday. I am MJ. That means it is time for productivity sprints. So I'm going to apologize right out of the bat. I don't know what is going on with my Wi-Fi on this computer or why it is going on, but it seems to be cutting in and out. And I mean, if it suddenly stops working, I have no idea why, because it's fine on every other device and every other browser that I have. It's just not really wanting to work on this one. So we are where we are, and hopefully we end up having a great, successful sprint. As you can see, the setup has kind of changed again since last week. I was streaming off that desk last week. It did not work very well at all. So I was like, hey, what if we try here and I will just use this desk for streaming? So that is where we are. You get a whole view of the mess, but at least you get to see the bookshelves. Hello and welcome. Glad to have you here. We are just about to get into our first sprint of the day. Hello. What are you reading today? I assume you're going back to your arc, if I am correct there. I don't know if I know which one your arc is, though. Hello, Mia. Welcome. Glad you were able to make it. Do let me know if you like this setup better than if you weren't here on Monday, then you won't know the difference, but if this works. So with the new rearranged office, it's just a little awkward for this, but it had to happen. So today, let me know what you are working on, what you are reading in the chats, and if you're watching this after the fact, let me know in the comments down below. I love to read what everyone is doing. It's a highlight of my day. I will be working on the draft for book 2 of Lunar Abyss series. I am getting near the end of it. I really want to have it finished by the end of tomorrow, but I'm not entirely sure that that is realistic or not. But I'm going to try for it. We'll see what happens today. I would really like to start working on edits for the next draft. So, all right. So Winter has an arc of dragons of the great. Oh, I should know how to say that word. I know what it is, but yeah, not even attempting it today. By M. Brandt, and you're so excited. That's awesome. So I'm assuming you haven't started it yet. So I'm very excited to see your initial impressions as we go through the sprints, because that's pretty awesome. I'm assuming the arc is going to be an ebook then, or did you by chance get an audiobook arc? Thank you. It's definitely a lot more wide form, so you get the whole chaos mess of my desk, but not all of it. So I guess there's that. I don't know. Mia is working on editing part 5, chapter 3. Wow, you must have done some work this morning. That is fantastic that you're on not only on part 5, but you're already on the 3rd chapter. Way to go. That is amazing. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and get into our first sprint. I got it all pulled up and ready to go. And I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. All right, welcome back. That is the first sprint of the evening. Get it pause, the music stopped. How did it end up going for you all? I'm gonna get the next sprint ready while I'm here. This is a very interesting setup, but it's still probably better than the one I was trying on Monday. But anyways, it's a little weird, and the chair I'm sitting on is very uncomfortable, but that's okay. I did get some progress done, not a ton, but I also got my newsletters finalized and ready to get sent out. I'd written most of it earlier in the day, so that's a huge accomplishment. If you are not signed up for my newsletter, there is a link down in the description down below. Thank you. I'm feeling very self-conscious about it, but I appreciate y'all's awesome feedback. So this is how it looks. You can pretty much see everything except my reading chair that's right there that you used to be able to see over there. But that is now my desk, and this is just where I have the computer to stream from. So now you can still see my books, and yeah, I'm gonna only come over here for streams because I don't know, it was better than the last setup at least, even with the not comfortable chair. Made it to 7%. That's awesome. I did also see your other comment that you were already at, you started at 2%, that it's an ebook and the last in the trilogy, which is awesome because that does make sense why you're, I mean, not that you need that as a reason to be excited, but it does make a lot of sense of why you're so excited because if you've already loved the other two books, and this was definitely a special arc request. So like if I was in your position, I would drop everything to read it also. So that's pretty cool. Mia, I am with you. It was slow, but productive. I don't know if I would call it fun per se, but on my end, but it was slow and productive for me also. I did finish a chapter. It just felt very like not something I could cut, but also not like wow, the most amazing chapter ever. So we'll see what I think about it when I go back through edits, but that made it kind of hard. Also my nephew is texting me the entire sprint. He is at New York Comic Con, and I am definitely not jealous. But he has like a whole pile of books that he got for free, and he was like showing all of them, and that's kind of cool. So I told him to go hit up all the indie authors. And he's like, I don't have money. And I'm like, well, at least get their contact information, the cool ones, so I can get their books from the library, share them around. So we'll see. He might do that tomorrow. But yeah, Comic-Con, busy but fun, or loud but fun. Mia is almost done with her newsletter. That is fantastic. Incredibly late doesn't matter as long as you're getting it done, unless you're me, and because I send mine out at the exact same time, and I think if it doesn't go out at that time, people might just assume I'm dead at this point. But but most people aren't me. And as my marketing person says, what matters is it's getting out. And I think it's got really exciting news in it to let people know that you are working on to your next book. So, but where are you in that? Have you made progress since our last sprint? These chapters, they needed, those chapters, the needed but less interesting. Yeah. I've got to find a way to make it interesting somehow, but apparently not today. The ones I'm editing started like that, but I'm adding more fun descriptions. Yeah, I've got to figure out the dynamics in this scene. Like it has to happen. It needs to happen from this character's point of view. I mean, maybe I could just lump it into the other chapter before. I don't know. I'll work through it. I just am stressing myself out because this edit isn't done in life, honestly. But moving on. All right, I've got the next sprint pulled up. Before you do that, if you aren't, I know I've already plugged this, but if you aren't subscribed to my newsletter, It is coming out on Monday. It has a lot of upcoming information because there is a lot of changes I'm going to have to do now that I have no income coming in. Um, and just like a whole bunch of different announcements and stuff. So this is a good one to get into if you are not already subscribed. But also, if you are not in my Discord, um, that is linked in my link tree, or should be linked to my link tree if you want to join us there. Also, that would be kind of cool. Right. Thank you. I also have set up a Ko-fi link. It's not in the description itself of YouTube at the moment, but it is at the top of my link tree. But Maddie suggested that I get one set up, so I did do that. If anyone is interested at any point in time, so I have it just set up for like donations or reoccurring donations. I do want to get like some sort of subscription thing going, but I need to get my website finished and then Kickstarter for book 2 set up. And it's kind of amazing how busy I am considering I don't have the day job anymore and there's still so much to do. So, I mean, I'm going to take that as a good sign, right? That's how it works, right? All right, I've decided that we need some more Halloween timers because it's October and I think those should be like mandatory plays for all October streams. So I've skipped to those. And yeah, busy no matter if day jobs exist or not. Agreed. I think that is at least partly the whole way our neurodivergent brains kind of work. So I feel like I'm not staring at the camera. I'm gonna have to figure that out. All right, maybe I need to move the computer over slightly. Then you'll see more of the desk. Oh well, maybe I'm just not looking at the camera because I have not been like paying attention to presenting as neurotypical all week long. That might actually be awesome. All right, let's get started on our second sprint of the evening, and I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. All right, welcome back to our second sprint. Got a nice animation come through. Haha, happy Halloween. Let me get the next one set up, or at least this stopped. All right. Okay, so I may have spent that sprint kind of rage writing, which is good. I think my therapist would be very proud of me. I between the two sprints, I'm currently at 1,008 words, which, considering I actually ended the last sprint at like 200, yeah, I got a fair bit done during that sprint. So how did you all do? I mean, definitely still needs to get polished, but it also was a Finch chapter, and Finch chapters just seem to write so much faster than all the other chapters. Um, Up to 12%. Wow, you are cruising through this. I kind of assumed it was going to be a really big book. So either you're reading really fast or it is not as big as I thought, or both. But is it as good as you were hoping it would be? I'm going to guess by the smiley face that the answer is yes. Food is a huge win. Way to go. I actually, at the beginning of the next sprint, need to go downstairs because I need to get something to drink. Apparently, I forgot to bring stuff up here, or find a water bottle somewhere. Um, but yeah. So, all right, Maddie finished her newsletter and working on a coffee post. Nice. So I feel like I have done enough admin work for tonight. Time to work on TCF2. I agree. What is the book actually going to? It's not going to be called This Cruel Fate, right? Like it's going to have a separate title, or is there like a series title? Is the series title This Cruel Fate? Okay, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just curious. I don't know. I'm down for rage writing. Yeah. It was definitely a F everyone, I'm gonna be myself if we all going to just suck chapter. I may not have been planning to put some of the things in this book that are coming into this book. But you know what? They are all very appropriate. So 392 pages. So it's a decent book, but not like epic fantasy 800-page book. Um, so that makes sense, but I'm glad it's going very well. I look forward to reading the review at the end, although I'm guessing unless like they screw up the ending, something major, it's going to be a very positive one. So, we all need reads like that. So that's fantastic. Okay, so no, it won't. It will. Wait. No, haha, it won't. It will. That that makes no sense. But anyways, at least in my head, it's not clicking. But it'll be this cruel something. That makes sense. The series is technically the Cruel Ascension trilogy. Oh, that's cool. That's also makes a lot of sense. Like, but now like I mean, it kind of makes sense where I think the series is going to end up going. But now, okay, you got my brain whirling in there, so you better you better start writing so I can read the second book. Um I also like I was listening to watching your YouTube video earlier and just talking about how you were speaking about the secret history and how you've grown since the first time you watched or read it. Uh but the characters were still as young as uh they were, because they don't age in a book, and how your relationship to the book had changed. And I'm very interested to see how your relationship to book 2 is going to change, because you're so much older than when you wrote the first one. I am very interested in that, because I know I had a different relationship than a lot of the other people that read it in our group, because I'm so much older than you all. And so I just am very interested in seeing how you as an author, your relationship's going to change with your main character. Um, Fascinating to me. All right. I love when the book asks you to put stuff in that you didn't expect. Yes. Um, yeah. Well, okay. To be fair, I don't think the book is actually asking for this. I think the world and me are asking for this, because I just need to vent out some stuff because I am very angry. Trying not to let it show, but I am very angry with just things in general. And so that's definitely pouring into the book, because this series is all about um this. So it fits into the story, but it's definitely more me going into it because it fits and it has a place, and because I don't want to say the book is about trans rage, because it's not. It's about joy ish, very darkly. But it's getting a lot more of that rage in it. So yeah, and so much in the real world has happened too. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And that has definitely influenced some of the big plot points in my head. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously I'm feeling that as well in a different aspect, but yeah, like that just kind of changes how we approach our stories. So it'll be very interesting as you write it. So I'm excited. I saw a post somewhere that said, "You are not a graveyard home for your pain. Let it out into your art." This is what my therapist is trying to teach me, and I'm not sure how therapeutic it is, but I do think I'm learning. Um, I'm trying to. I'm still angry, so I guess I don't know what the end result is. Like if I'm actually helping, but I'm just really screwed up as a human being anyway, so there's that. Um, yeah. I mean, I think that's a good ideal, is to put it all into the art. I mean, at least it gives it a reason. I guess that's what like my therapist has gone to, like, well, at least give the trauma a reason. Like use something, do something productive with it, put it out there, use it for something. I mean, you can't go back and change stuff that's happened, but at least give it a purpose. And so I guess that is kind of what I'm trying to do, at least give it a purpose. At least make my story more realistic, more emotional, more, while also letting me rage. So, yeah, good quote, good philosophy, easier said than done. I completely agree. All right, let me get, oh, I did pull it up already. Let me get our next sprint ready. This is going to be sprint number 3 for the evening. So, um, yeah, I don't know why I was going with that. I think I'm gonna end up finishing up this chapter because I ended up writing a lot. And probably work on the next one, which actually is giving me pretty good progress. So, really happy with that. And this is the weird timer that says 5 minutes, but it's actually 30. So, I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. All right, welcome back. There is our third sprint. How did it go for you all? I forgot that animation is not near as cool as the other ones. There we go. As I figure out what timer we're going to end on, how did you do on the sprint? Let's do this. Don't start. All right. I did not do as many words, but I've made progress. I spent a fair bit too much time on threads, but that's okay. and just plodding along. It's coming. I really want to finish it tomorrow, but at this rate, I don't know if I will. But I'm not going to stress about that too much. I'm just gonna keep working until it's finished. So, all right, Maddie is at the climax already. Do you just start outlining it? Oh, you're reading it. Oh, my bad. That's great. That you're going back and revisiting it to make sure you don't miss any details. Yes. I have had my copy of my book by me while I was like outlining and drawing because I just needed to flip back to some things plus my notes that I have also. So yeah, it's handy in a series. What just says something big just happened in the book and they're only at 16%. Wow. Are they reading my book? I'm just kidding. I mean that's exciting, hopefully. I guess it depends on what big thing just happened, but it also makes you like since that's not actually the climax, knowing that there's going to be so much more that's happening. So, um the thing is you're going to be done reading this by the time Monday comes around, so this is the last play-by-play I have of it, and that kind of makes me sad, honestly. Mia spent a lot of time looking up terms for orbits of planets. Oh, well, I do that often, actually. Um, just a couple weeks ago, mostly because I was for my newsletter, actually. But yeah. Rereading my own work, I should say. Yeah. I did eventually figure that out. I was confused at first, but that was a me reading comprehension thing, not a you thing. I just went on to yeah, my brain just skipped on to things. Um Still editing chapter 3 but further in now. That's fair. Some chapters just need some more time than other chapters, especially when you have to go do research. That takes time. Don't worry, I'm posting reviews for all 3 books next week. Awesome. Oh, wait, so you just read the other 2? Ah, okay. That's I didn't realize that. That's cool. I will be keeping an eye out for them so that I can see about them. Because what I need is more books added to my TBR. There's kind of a mixed blessing to not having book fund money anymore, is that I just don't have to worry about like my physical books growing any bigger. And my library books can only grow so much because they max it out. They give me limits. So there's some pleasure to that, I suppose. Um oh, a reread for the first 2. Okay, that makes more sense. We all need more books. Do you not see how many I have? And I'm collecting some over there and some over there, and I still not haven't unboxed the other one. And then there's a new shelf over here because it was had a different purpose that I no longer needed once I redid my office. And so now that is turned into a TBR shelf. So really I do not need more books. And those are just the physical ones, not my ebooks or my library books or my audiobooks. So I really am set. Hold on. Excuse me. I really am set. And yet I will still find ways to or will still continue checking out new books from the library because I love books. They're fun. The book I finished today is called Burnout. It is not really a pop psychology book. There's not enough psychology in it to really for me to call it a psychology book. But it was interesting. I would recommend it if you are female-ish. Um, but if you are not, I would not. exclusionary. Like, it included trans people in there, but apparently non-binary people don't exist, and only women have trauma, and only women are helpers, and only women experience this, and only women experience that. And it's like, first of all, regardless, that's not true. But the very fact that they are excluding trans men, that they're excluding non-binary people. They did try, like, they didn't include like a stories of a black woman, but that is it. There were, of course, white women siblings that wrote the book, and I was like, this book had so much potential if it could actually have been inclusive, because it's a really important topic in our society, and there's some really good information in it, which is why I finished it. But it was so horrible reading it, especially with everything that has happened within the last week, and just like, then also having to go to a book and um like basically your existence just doesn't exist, and your experience doesn't exist, and I don't know, just in a state. I was in a meeting and got like misgendered so many times, and I was like, hello, you all know me, so do you all really think of me as female? Because that's gross. Anyways, I'm going off topic. Let me pull up the next timer. This is going to be our last sprint for the evening, so hopefully y'all can stay. But if you do have to bail out early, let me see if there's any important announcements. Oh, I am updating my website, so if you want to go take a look, get me more traffic, if nothing else, I would appreciate it. It is mj-james.com. Even if you just look and give me feedback, I'm trying to build up the store on it so people can, buy my stuff directly. That would be awesome. I think it looks okay, but I also don't think it looks okay at the same time. And I don't know how to fix it. But yeah, so if you want to go take a look at that, if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, am I missing something? I need to get Inside the Dark Space audiobook out. Hopefully that will be happening soon, because it has been recorded. And I think those are the major things right now. So, and my Discord, that is linked in my link tree. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. One of my clients for work is non-binary and talks about getting misgendered all the time, even when they have hoodies that directly say they, them. My hat, they, them, my pronouns on them. I was at the Colorado Springs Pride Festival with that and my non-binary shirt and was still getting misgendered. And I was like, what the heck, people? Like, I'm sorry, but I don't think I look femme. My voice, that is it. Anyways, but even if I do, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not, and that should be respected. Anyways, thank you. That I appreciate your story, which is a very autistic way of showing empathy. So, yeah, I should probably get on to the next sprint because apparently I'm breaking down. All right, there we go. Let's get started, and I will see y'all back here in 30 minutes.
Something says that the winter comes, so the Lord will be back. If you have fears about life, don't be scared, you will be fine. And the danger in this place will not be more than interest. And the danger in this place will not be more than interest. Something says, hey, 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 you never have. Something says, hey, yeah, yeah, be
Welcome back. How did the sprints go today? I was thinking that I was like, oh, I didn't do near enough. But looking at my final word count, I'm just short of 2,000 words, which is actually pretty fantastic. So I'm really happy about that. And I am on set to getting this book finished, at least this draft of it, so I can go back and actually make it good because it is not good right now. Um, Mia finished editing chapter 3. That is fantastic. That is a great completion thing to have finished for today. May said it went well. Awesome. I'm glad. I'm glad you're back in this world. Also back working on the sequel. It's very exciting. And it's awesome. Yeah, thank you. I'm going tomorrow to an in-person writing group. So I'm hoping I can do a fair amount of work. I know the last couple of chapters are not as long as the beginning chapters, which tends to be common for me. So I am hoping to get it done this weekend. We will see how realistic that is, but I would really like to be going back and actually making edits. Winter made it to 21%. That is fantastic. You were at like 2%, if I remember correctly. That is amazing. I'm in awe. And really looking forward to your reviews. So I'll keep an eye out for them. And for seeing what you think of John Selesky's book about the moon cheese thing. Uh it was just such a ridiculous book. Totally ridiculous. But at that point when I read it, I needed ridiculous. So it was perfect for that moment. But I hated the ending. Just putting it out there. Me too. It feels good to be working on it. That's awesome. Yes, in-person group. Yeah, I'm hoping that it will help me focus even better. I mean, I'm being so hard on myself, but 2,000 words is pretty fantastic, especially with as much like spacing out as I did. So I need to just like learn to cut myself some slack, but it's a hard week for that. So much stress, but progress. Ooh, that will be a lot of fun. I'm hopeful. This is the first time I've been there, but me has been to this one before, so hopefully it'll be good. And speaking of in-person groups, have you responded on Discord to the one potentially in Boulder? Because if you want that to happen, can you reply to that chain? I will get back to that one next. I am interested to see your thoughts. I'm not sure you're gonna appreciate any of it, to be honest with you, but it was such a good, ridiculous book. I do really like him. I don't like keep all his books on my shelf, but I do really like him. I actually I have The Old Man's War. I got like most of the series sent to me by the publisher, but I had already read The Old Man's War and I reread it, and they did not send me book 2, which is it's fine. I'm glad they sent me what they did, but I have it on hold for the library, so I really want to get finished with that series by his because I've only read book 1 and I've reread book 1 and now I want to finish with it. So good to know. 2K word is awesome. Yeah, I know. I can't seem to cut myself some slack. I need to. It'll turn out. It'll be fine. The book won't suck. I still have so much time and so much work to do on it, but I'm stuck. So, yeah, please do. Please double check the Discord. So, I love Starter Villain and Kaiju Society. So, Kaiju, I think that's right. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Kaiju Society was fun, but I did unhaul that from my shelf, so I didn't think that I would ever reread it. And Starter Villain is really in the same vein as When the Moon Hits Your Eye. I think that's what it's called. So it's just that serious ridiculousness. And then there was another one that he did. He said he was like had a trilogy that's not actually combined trilogy, like they're not connected, but he had 3 books in a row that were just that ridiculous sci-fi. And I can't remember what the third one was, but if you like Starter Villain, I think you may end up really liking this one. Except the ending. Well, I mean, it was fine. I still appreciate the book, but the ending. Anyways, thank you all for being here. I wasn't super into Schlesy's books I read. Are they all written pretty similar? No. I let me know which ones you've read, and I will tell you which if I think you should try some more. He writes very different. He experiments, I think, a lot. I mean, yeah, like he writes really hardcore sci-fi, he writes really silly sci-fi, he writes fantasy. Like he goes kind of all over the board. So I don't think if you like it depend like if there's a certain type of fish you don't like, there is still potentially that you can like it. I think my favorite book that he has written though is Red Shirt, and it is a comedy of Star Trek basically. And um it's a lot of fun. I need to reread that one because that would bring me joy. All right, I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for being here. Remember that I will be back on Monday and Friday of next week. As always, keep reading, keep writing, keep dreaming, and until next time.